Hello everyone, my name is Dark and welcome back to another Marvel Legends action figure review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the one and only Cyclops from the Build-A-Figure series from Marvel's Nemesis. So, I found this guy at GameStop, so I was like, you know what, I want him. He looks cool. I like the way that he looks. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get the rest for the Build-A-Figure wave. That's a lot. That's a lot of figures for one whole wave, so I don't think I'm gonna get all 7. So yeah, without further ado, let's take this guy out. It's funny because the tape is here instead of the very top, so weird how they taped it. So without further ado, let's take this guy out and see how he looks. Alright, so here we have the one and only Cyclops himself, and I gotta say, he looks pretty darn cool. I did want a Cyclops for my collection, my ever-growing Marvel collection at this point, as you guys have seen in the channel. And this one is probably the most accessible one as of right now, especially since it's a Build-A-Figure wave. I forgot what the exact thing was for the line itself. I know it was like part of a series for X-Men and everything like that, but I'm not entirely sure. But it is kind of like the classic costume with his blue and yellow with the X going across. Although I will say, I've never been a fan of them using yellow paint to really get the color of it. Because there's always some inconsistencies. You'll see some like a greenish transitioning between the blue and the yellow itself. I think that it could have been better if they molded this guy all in pure yellow, like how they did with the boots, and also the hands, and even the wrist pegs and everything like that. They could have molded that into yellow, and I think it would have looked better if it was blue, and they try to match some of the actual sculpted parts of blue with that color. But I don't know. That's probably just my 2 cents on that, just because it doesn't look the greatest in my opinion. But hey, what do I know realistically? So yeah, this guy actually looks pretty freaking nice. It's pretty basic. It's a regular basic superhero figure. He's pretty flat. He doesn't have much muscle in term. Well, he has muscle sculpted all across, but that's one big issue that a lot of companies, like Hasbro is not the only one that does this, but SH Figure Arts and everything like that, they make superheroes that are not bulky whatsoever, so they just look like a piece of, like a board, like a wooden board at the end. But this guy is actually pretty well shaped, actually. Not too bad. He has a little bit of muscle, but I just kind of wish he was a little bit more buffed. It's just I think the chest is very flat, to say the least. But yeah, overall, he looks really nice. Now, articulation-wise, this is your standard Marvel Legends action figure. So he's going to have your basic articulation. He does have the waist swivel right here, so it's going to help out a lot. Going down this far on the head, looking up that far, he can look side to side pretty well. It's a hinge disc, so you can't tilt it back side to side either. Unfortunate, but you can try to get some decent poses with them by just kind of tilting it a little bit while using, or like just rotating a little bit and then using the hinge disc to go down or even up as well. So yeah, it does have the giant peg hole over here. Why the hinge showing, of course. Why does he have a peg hole? There's nothing here that showcases that he needs the peg hole. So if anyone knows why he does need it, let me know. Also, kind of spotty paint marks as well. Like again, this would have been a lot better if they used yellow as the base color and then just put blue over it, because it's a stronger color. And look at that, it doesn't cover all the way, so definitely could have been avoided. For those that don't know, if you use a lighter color to try to paint over a much darker color like this blue, you're going to need so many coats of paint that it's going to look ugly. It's going to look ugly in the end, and it's not going to look good. Now, if you did the opposite, it's going to be a lot easier to apply a darker surface on a lighter color, in this instance, the yellow. So that's why using yellow, probably not this exact yellow plastic, because it looks pretty ugly as well. This is definitely a more personal opinion. It's very neon. and mostly it might not be as noticeable in camera, but it looks somewhat transparent. I don't know if that's just me. Like, I feel like some of the plastic, like the plastic is a little bit transparent, so it just looks like that. And again, if they molded that whole thing and then painted it, just again with a little bit of yellow on top and then the blue on the parts and everything like that, it would have looked a lot better. And it would have avoided issues like this as well. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, if anyone knows what the peg hole is for this, let me know, because I myself don't. Butterfly joints, he does have them. He can use them, but to barely get his arms together, of course, because they don't do the right necessary cuts for it. He can go backwards again. Issue there, where they did not paint the rest of the figure correctly. 360 rotation on the arms, bicep swivel. It can move, thank you. Also part of, I just realized that's a giant tricep. Holy crap. That looks like a tumor. I understand that they can look bulky, but look at the difference between the arm. Like, it looks so weird. Now, I'm not an anatomy person, but I know my anatomy pretty well. That looks weird. Because I've studied art. I know how to draw the human body a lot. So, yeah, it looks fine, nonetheless. So, yeah, double jointed elbow works well enough. And a hinge wrist, as always. For the torso, here's the hinge abdomen, looking as weird as always. Going backwards, always such a funny looking figure. The body itself, I understand, is reused. It's the same body that they used for the Unlimited Spider-Man, which I have no issue with that Spider-Man. That Spider-Man poses pretty well for a Spider-Man, but it does have its issues as well. Waist swivel, as I mentioned. For the legs, pretty good splits. Kicking forward, not the greatest, but you get 90 degrees on that. Kicking backwards, not so much. You would have to extend it and put it to the side. You have a thigh swivel, which works really well. Double jointed knee, which works great. A calf swivel. And a foot hinge that goes forward this far, backwards this far, and you can pivot it side to side. So overall, it works. He has pretty decent articulation. It's pretty standard for a Marvel Legends figure. Again, there's a lot of things that could be improved on these action figures, especially for the price and everything like that. But let's move on to the accessories, because the accessories are actually something that I think I really like. And I'm glad that Hasbro actually did this. So let's move on to those real quick. Alright, so for the accessories, we don't necessarily have much. So we have the main, attention grabber here. Or the main point of focus here. We have the visor and the, I forget what it's called, but Cyclops' beam, which looks really nice. I love how they did this sort of translucent red. It's really beautiful, very Scarlet-like. And I like how they did this for the head as well. Definitely something that I commend Hasbro for doing, because they don't necessarily include stuff like this in their basic releases. But it looks really nice. It has like you can like take it off if you want it just regular, or put it together if you want to be hitting something and everything like that. So looks really nice. I like it. It's sculpted really nice. The screaming face is good. He has a lot of lip gloss on that, but hey, I don't blame you, Scott. Looks good. Alright, so for the hands, we have the hand for the visor, so like you can grab the visor and everything like that, and then just more so of a relaxed hand. I don't understand why this is here, but it's fine. I don't really care. Definitely a lack on the hand department there, but it's fine. It's regular Marvel Legends stuff. And we do have the additional piece for Marvel's Nemesis, but I'm not going to look into that. Again, I'm not going to get the full figure. I might legit just kind of sell this maybe later on. Who knows? So, yeah. Overall, going into my final thoughts, I think this figure is actually pretty freaking cool. But no, I actually do think he's worth the price. He's $25 right now if you can find them for that price, especially with the ever-increasing current tariffs and everything like that. Marvel Legends are not getting hit that hard with the tariffs themselves, but yeah, it's fine. Overall, I'm going to give this figure a 7 out of 10. I kind of thought about it. He's good. I like it. His articulation in terms of the upper torso, it's a little bit lacking. He looks funky and everything like that. And I kind of hate the decisions that they made for the painting process for this figure. It's not good, realistically. Like, they used a light color to paint over a dark, really dark blue color. So it's like, they're not going to get the best outcome with the yellow. And in certain lighting, especially with the lighting that I have, looking at it in person, he looks green in some of the areas where some of the yellow did not get into. And you might not see that on camera, and that's fine. So if you like this figure, if you want to get this figure, honestly, probably one of the more accessible Cyclopses right now, unless like Mafex re-releases theirs and their comic book version as well. So yeah, I'll have this guy in my collection until I get the Mafex one or something like that. So yeah, I think a 7 is more than enough for this figure. So that's pretty much all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Do you like it? Do you not like it? But besides that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.